Accusations have been made. These are the type of accusations that can ruin someone's life, can ruin someone's reputation, and I, for one, stand against everything that has been said, everything that is currently being talked about, because it's just not true. I know this in my heart. I know this deep down in my soul. Everything that is being spoken about is lies and slander, because Rogal Dorn is not at fault for the fall of Terror. He did his duty. He stood against the flow of the darkness and he damned it. He stopped humanity's damnation and he kept us a light in the dark. Now, just so we're all on the same level and you're wondering what the hell am I ranting about, this goes back to a certain book called Praetorian of Dorn. We're going to be going over some of the summary in that, well, more or less the ending of the book, so it will contain spoilers. Leave if you don't want to be spoiled, first and only warning, as I always say. But there's some new evidence, there's some quotes that have been dragged up from the past by previous Black Library editors that is putting Dorn in an unfavorable light. And I'm not having it. Those editors are wrong. Everything about what is being spoken about is completely 100% lies and slander. And this is all from the Battle of Pluto, where the Alpha Legion began to start riots, bringing factories down, more or less causing chaos in the Sol system for the arrival of Horus and all the other legions to begin the Siege of Terror. Now, we know the Sons of Dawn were the main defenders of the Sol system. So when the Alpha Legion started to do their shenanigans, the Imperial Fist went out to meet them. And when that battle took place, Dorn was a part of that, but also the Primarch of the Alpha Legion, or one of the Primarchs of the Alpha Legion, Alpharius, was also there. Dorn and Alpharius had a duel. Dorn came out as the victor and defeated Alpharius, literally taking off his hands and then putting his big chainsaw right through his skull and just obliterating him. Now, there was a moment where Alpharius wanted to tell Dorn something, and this is where all the slander and all the lies are coming from. And this is where people are now bringing up old quotes from past Black Library editors. This one is from a chap called Laurie Goulding. He used to do all the editing stuff at the early parts of the Horus Heresy, and this old quote states, I'm going to put it in the background so you can read it along with me, the tragedy is, it seems like if he heard Alpharius out, then he might have got another loyalist Primarch on board, one who Horus thought was on his side. Imagine a second drop site massacre with the traitors getting whipped from behind by the Alpha Legion. And Alpharius went himself because he wanted to prove himself to Dorn, to show he was for real. And now this is causing people to PM me saying that this is the reason why Rogal Dorn is at fault for Terror eventually becoming what it became with all the warp stuff. I'm not going to go into too details because that is some big end of the death part 2 spoilers and stuff like that. But at this point, Terror is in a very bad place and the Chaos powers are literally ravaging everywhere and people are blaming Rogal Dorn. No, I'm not having this. You can't blame Rogal Dorn. The one thing we've learned about the Alpha Legion is that they can't be trusted. I don't give an Emperor's Golden Throne what Alpharius had to say to Rogal Dorn. Dorn did his duty. You can't listen to the whispers of the warp. Don't be like me, Dorn, right? You have to stay the course. And Dorn did that. He stayed the course and he killed the enemy of the Imperium. If Alpharius wanted to have a nice little word with Rogal Dorn and say, hey Dorn, I'm actually working against Horus, let's do this together. Why did he start blowing up factories? Why did he start causing the Sol system to go into an absolute mess with all the sabotage he was doing? Why did he just take a shuttle and meet Rogal Dorn one-on-one to prove that he was Alpharius and to say, no, I'm here, I'm standing with you, and me and my Legion can work with you to bring down the traitors. That would have been the real thing to do, not attack the hand that is feeding you. For me, Dorn is one of the greatest Primarchs. There's no mystery in this. Just look at the backdrop. I am getting fisted on a daily occurrence because I love it. I love it to bits. But I also think that Dorn has a bigger part to play, not only during the Siege of Terror towards the last and final book of the End of the Death, but for the future of Warhammer 40,000 itself. I'm still convinced there is more to the King in Yellow. But no, not today, Valrak. No, not today. We have to defend Dorn today. No foil today. So please, if you're talking to someone and you hear about this heresy being spoken about, inform them that they are wrong. You can't trust the Alpha Legion. You can't trust Alpharius. You have to stick to your principles. And that's what Dorn did. He did his duty and he defended the Imperium. Not for me, not for you, but for everyone else, right? He is one of the greatest Primarchs. Please respect that. See you in a bit. Have a great day, and bye-bye.